A lot of charities consider Nigeria to be a very rich country. So little attention is paid there. But those of us that came from there, we know what is there. And we have to stand up to our responsibilities. We have acquired so much skills that we believe will be very useful in helping our society to develop, so that actually people can be responsible for themselves.
Its people are very poor, and there is desperate need in all the health parameters in Nigeria, whether it's maternal mortality and survival of children under the age of 5 is one of the lowest in the world, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, where many people survive on less than $1 a day.
Some people who are poor and they cannot afford to eat, they cannot have to have 3 square meals.
Knowing how privileged society is and knowing how bad things can be in some part of Nigeria, it's a natural thing to try and ask yourself, how do I actually give back to my community? Now, strangely, it's not that Nigeria is a poor country. Nigeria is one of the richest countries in terms of natural resources. It's the 6th producer of oil, for instance, in the world. But because of corruption, most of money is diverted and stolen and looted by the leaders. It doesn't really trickle down to the poor.
In Nigeria at the moment, the country is going through a very difficult time. Clashes sometimes between Muslims and Christians, sometimes between, Muslims themselves, sometimes, even between Christians for a number of reasons. But even, before those conflicts, it's a country that officially is very rich, but on ground, the wealth of the country is not translated into the grassroots.
People that have been blind for 20 years for something as simple as a cataract, which is a day operation, and their sight has been restored with the equivalent of £40. These are people who've lost their livelihoods. They're largely farmers who have not earned a single penny for 2 decades because of a simple operation that costs £40.
Those people that are roaming in the streets, somebody should take care of them. To make people understand that it is not always the responsibility of government to take care of people, but I myself, as somebody who is comfortable, I have a job, I have a family, I have a daughter. I should think about the daughter of my neighbor as well. We are able to identify key projects that we are going to be focusing on.
These are the orphanage sponsorship scheme and the healthcare outreach, both of them in Nigeria.
We try to reach out disadvantaged communities and provide free healthcare, which involves things like medication, seeing people, and also minor operations.
The health infrastructure is virtually non-existent, especially in the rural areas, which is why we concentrate on those areas. And many of those that are desperately poor depend absolutely on charity organizations like ours. Though ours is one of the smaller ones, but we have the advantage of knowing the terrain quite well, as most of our members come from Nigeria.
People who have diseases and they don't have money to go to the hospitals, and they're just expecting death to come. So people like that, especially in villages. So if you can go, if you can go to an outreach like that to help them, then it's also part of our charity.
We want to increase the healthcare projects we are doing, and most especially we want it to be from bottom up. So we want people that are suffering, for them to contact us and want us to help them. So we go and help them.
The plan going forward is to do these outreach programs on a quarterly basis and to try to cover the whole of Nigeria geographically. It is a very complex country, both culturally and in terms of terrain, and the disease profiles vary from part to part.
We hope to expand this to, for example, have a full-fledged mobile clinic
that will have a theatre, an operating theatre on board, laboratory facilities, and the facilities to send pictures, say, over the internet and lab results and x-rays to doctors that are based back here in the UK to aid diagnosis, and that obviates some of the problems we have of lack of basic infrastructure in some of the areas we go out to work.
At the moment, we have 23 orphans that have got sponsorship. 13 of these orphans, we are going to be paying for their school fees, and we have identified a school which they will be attending. We have discussed with the school, so we'll be making disbursement directly to the school. Theirs is not a full sponsorship, the 13 orphans. And then there are 10 that have got full sponsorship to look for feeding, education, medicine, and clothing. And those ones, we have also identified the schools, we have identified their guardians and everything, and we are working on that. So at the moment, so far, we are very happy. We are sponsoring 23 orphans, 10 of them full sponsorship and 13 of them their education only. In addition to that, we already have about 50 registered orphans that don't have sponsorship, and we are trying to find sponsorship for them.
Plan to establish an orphanage in Nigeria, because there are lots and lots of people, fatherless, motherless, who don't have a clear idea of their future, and a little thing, a little money can help them to secure their future.
And at the moment, what we charge is £25 per month per orphan. And the way the scheme works is, if you take an orphan, we will give you a card, an information card, containing the picture of the orphan, his name, the school he is attending, his guardian, and the partner, that is working with us in Nigeria, so that you can have direct contact with the orphan, which we consider to be very important. And then we'll give you periodic review about the performance of the orphan at school and how he's doing and other things like that.
There are people from my own country doing something commendable that I need to be part of, so that I can impact on the lives of others. And especially now, when Nigeria is going through very, very difficult times.
It is, the heart of Africa, both geographically and in terms of leadership. If Nigeria grows out of its current problems, the rest of Africa would be helped or uplifted along with it.
The Nigerian Muslim Forum provides that opportunity whereby you can have people you can trust, you can have people that are actually volunteering and are not paid a single penny. And so whatever amount you donate to the charity is going to be used 100% to provide services to the people and what you intended for.
Volunteers are not paid because they are worthless. They are not paid because they are priceless.
It offers me the chance to serve. As a Muslim, wherever I go, I always try to see what I can do to help the community in which I live, wherever I find myself.
Hunger, poverty, diseases, they speak no religion. And actually the duty of religious people is to make sure that they help every human being.
It's just seeing the smiles on the faces of the people that we've helped, the orphans that we've helped to get back into school and provided health care and clothing for, and the blind that have regained their sight because of the simple operations that can be done within half an hour.
The Nigerian Muslim Forum is an opportunity for me to render service to humanity.
It's something that, I have never seen a work in which you dip into your pocket, spend your money, and be happy. It creates happiness. It creates the pleasure of God. People can support us in 2 or 3 ways. 1, getting involved. Because we believe that the talent that people have is the most important resources that we need. Secondly, you can donate by giving your resources, no matter how little. Thirdly, by helping us with publicity and asking more people to be engaged with the work that